Welcome to my session. And myself, Tamal Selvi, belongs to the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering of Erode Sengandar Engineering College. I'm going to take a session on DC to DC converter. Which was third unit in power electronics of electrical electronics engineering students. So in this topic, under this topic, we are going to discuss on the following topics, that is a step down, step up choppers and control strategies. Then introduction about the choppers and the classes of choppers and switched mode regulators. Different types of switched mode regulators which we are used in the DC to DC converters. So in this thing, very first introduction about the chopper. A chopper is a static device, and it just converts your variable DC voltage into a constant. It's from a constant DC voltage. That is, your constant DC voltage is converted here into a variable DC voltage. That's why it is also called known as a DC to DC converter. In another case, we are called as a chopper. It is commonly called as a static switch. It is a common static switch as like a switch which we are operated in our homes like. And this chopper is widely we are used in the motor control, and also generally we are used for the application of the braking system, that is applied in industries as well as in an metro that is like as an attraction. In traction, while you are applying as a braking control, we just using this chopper technology, chopper methodology. Okay, that method is a regenerative braking method. Okay, uh, to applying the regenerative braking, we have to use a chopper. And thyristor converter, which offers greater efficiency in power electronics, which we discussed in our second unit, is a phase control rectifier. That is by using a thyristor only, we just operating the phase control rectifiers. So that thyristor converter, which offers a very greater efficiency, faster response, lower maintenance, and smaller size. These are all the advantages which we have overcome of your phase control rectifiers. Okay, when we just comparing your phase control rectifiers, your chopper converter is more efficient than your converter phase control rectifier, and it gives us a faster response, very low maintenance is required, and it is very small in size and smooth control, right? And commonly, your chopper is operating in the two different types. One is a step down chopper, another one is a step up chopper. Step down chopper is your input is higher and your output is lower voltage. That is, which was us in step down chopper, your output voltage is less than your input voltage. Okay, we just mentioned in terms of Vs and Vi. Your Vs is lesser than Vi, right? And step up chopper output voltage is more than your input voltage. So here your Vs is greater than your Vi. Okay. So this is a principle of, let's we going to discuss on a principle of step down chopper. In a step down chopper, we just connecting the chopper in between your input voltage and one load resistance. So see, a chopper which was connected to the load resistance, your chopper which was acted here as a switch. When the chopper switch is in on condition, the voltage which was flowed into through to your load resistance R. So that at the time your output voltage V naught is equal to your input voltage Vs, right? So which was only given here. A thyristor is commonly which act like as a switch. If the thyristor is on, a supply voltage which appears across the load. If the thyristor is in off condition, if see your thyristor is in off condition, your output voltage will become as a zero here, right? So the output which was produced for a step up chopper is, see, when your thyristor T on is in on condition, right? So if T on is in on condition, your output voltage V is equal to Vs. That is, this output will be produced here. Some of the output, whatever it may be, the output which was produced. If the T off is, that is your thyristor which is off, in off condition, there is a no output voltage, right? So the same thing, your current. If the T on is, that is the thyristor is an on condition, the output current also flows through the resistance. If your thyristor is in off condition, there is a no current. Your current will become as a zero here, right? Which was expressed in terms of the as average output voltage. So before the average output voltage, see here the total time period where T at T, which stands for the T on and T off. So the sum of the T on and T off. Okay, sum of the T on plus T off is only called as the total time period T. The total time period is equal to T on plus T off, and this V naught is expressed as the output voltage and I naught is expressed as uh, output current. And your IDC is a DC current and VDC is a DC voltage. Your output voltage is greater than your IDC as well as VDC, right? See here, this is a VDC, which is an average output voltage, and IDC is an average output current, and T on is a turn on time period, and T off is a turn off time period of your particular device. And the total time period which was given here as a T is equal to T on plus T off. And we know, let's know the frequency of F is equal to 1 by T is the frequency of a chopper, which is only called as a chopping frequency, or else called as a frequency of particular chopper switching thing. So the average output voltage VDC is equal to V of T on by T. That is a input voltage into that the total time period that can be calculated in terms of T on divided by T on plus T off, right? So the output which was produced only while on time period, that was taken as an in the numerator, and where through the period of T on plus T off, this will be taken as a total time period T, which is rewrite as a T V into of T on by T. So T on by T can be let, it will be assume and take, that is called as a duty cycle. T on by T is assumed and taken as a duty cycle D. So that equation VDC is expressed in terms of V dot D. The average output current IDC equal to VDC by R. So where IDC equal to V by R, and your current will be measured with the ratio of T on by T. So this is also only called as in a duty cycle V by R into D. So the same output current can be expressed in terms of RMS. RMS is nothing, it's a root mean square value of the output voltage. So your V naught is equal to, this is your output voltage V into D. So it was expressed in terms of V naught into 1 by T, the integral of 0 to T on V naught square into D. It's under the square root. So while substituting these values, we can get the solution as V naught is equal to root of D into V. Root of D into V. That is where V naught is equal to root of 1 by T integral of V square dt. V square is already we just expressed as V into duty cycle D. So that is V square by D, right? So we just integrating that t value, it become as t uh, into of integration. We have to substitute the limit between 0 to t on. While you just substituting the limits here, it becomes 0 minus t on. So t on divided by t. Okay, after the integrating 1 by t into v square t on, it will this is the solution. And when you taken into that t on by t, so t on by t will be assumed, and let us we just consider as a duty cycle d into v. So the root of d into v, that is a v naught is equal to root of d into v. So the total output power p naught is equal to v naught I naught is equal to v naught by r. So therefore the output power which become as p naught is equal to v naught square by r. Your p naught is equal to, we just in terms of duty cycle, dv square divided by r. So the effective resistance of a chopper is ri equal to v divided by I dc. Ri is equal to r divided by d. So the output voltage can be varied by varying the duty cycle. So this is called as an output voltage, which your total output voltage can be varied by varying the duty cycle. So how we can vary this output voltage? What are the methodologies which we are going to proceed to vary this output voltage? That is, we are having the two different methods. This is the methods of control. The output DC voltage can be varied by using the following two methods. One is a pulse width modulation technique. Another one is a variable frequency control. Pulse width modulation control, or which is also called as a constant frequency control. Another one is a variable frequency control. So this methods of control is also which is called as a control strategies of chopper. So the first thing, pulse width modulation technique. Pulse width modulation technique, which was already studied as a PWM technique. It's commonly called as a PWM, and this is nothing as an a T on is varied by keeping your chopping frequency f and chopping period t is a constant. So where f is equal to 1 by t, your t will be maintained as a constant, but we can vary it either a t on period or a t off period. So these two methods we can applicable. Where t, the total time period t is equal to t on plus t off. If we can fix as a t on as a constant and t off is a variable one, or else we can fix it as a t off is a constant, t on is a variable one. So like that, here the first point is an t on is a varied, but we just keeping the frequency of f and the chopping period time t, which kept as a constant one, and the output voltage is varied by varying the on time. So like this, see, this is a two different things. Here we just kept here as a t on as a variable one, but we maintain a total time period t is constant. Okay, so the time period t is constant, and here t on and t off, t on is very reduced value and t off is an increased value. See here the next picture. Yeah, here total time period t is same, we just maintaining the same value, but here t on period is increased and t off period is reduced. So the next thing is a variable frequency control. Variable frequency control, we just maintaining the chopping frequency f is keeping and varied one. Either t on t off as a constant. Anyone you can use kept as a constant, but the chopping frequency which makes continuously, it is a varied one. So to maintain this full output voltage range, the frequency has to be varied over a wide range. This method produces the harmonics in the output, and for large T of, and also the load current, which make me become as a discontinuous one. So here, see that your T on should be kept here as a constant, but T off, it is varied in the two different places. So that's why the total time period is also be varied one. So in variable frequency or total time period, which is not maintained as a constant, in pulse width technique, here your total time period is maintained as a constant one. The same Your step down chopper which was connected to the RL load. See the step or the chopper. Another one is we just connecting the diode parallel to your chopper and your load. So if the chopper is in on condition, supply is connected across the load. The current which flows from supply to load. When the chopper is off, the load current which continues through the freewheeling diode in the same direction as the freewheeling diode conducts due to the energy stored in inductor. If the load current cannot be can be a continuous or as a discontinuous depending on the values of L and the duty cycle, it should be maintained. For a continuous current operation, the load current varies between two limits. One is an I maximum, another one is I minimum. So in between these two ranges, the your load current which should be varied. So if the current become as equal to I maximum, then the chopper is turned off and it is turned on when current reduces to minimum current. So this is a thing which was expressed before, that is your T on, T off. The current should be varied between I minimum to your I maximum point. And the output current which while it was increased to the peak value, and again it was sensed and it must be decreased, again it automatically increases to the peak value. So the next thing is the principle of step up chopper. Your step up chopper, commonly a step up chopper is called as an your input voltage is lesser than your output voltage. That is only called as a step up chopper. Right. So here a step up chopper, the chopper switch is connected parallel to your supply and to your load. Your step up chopper which was used to maintain a load voltage which was higher than the input voltage. The values of L and C or chosen should depends upon the requirement of the output voltage which were taken as output voltage and output current. When the chopper is in on condition, the inductor L will be charged and which was connected across the supply. The inductor current I rises and the inductor stores the energy during the on time of the chopper. So if the chopper is in off condition, the inductor current I is forced to flow through the current through the diode and load for a period. That's a time period which was taken here as a T off. The current tends to decrease, resulting in reversing the polarity of the induced EMF in the inductor. So therefore, the voltage across the load, which was noted as V naught is equal to V plus L into di by dt, that was V naught is greater than your V. So in this case, a large size of capacitor was used connected across your load side will provide a continuous output voltage and maintain the load there. And diode which was prevents any current flow from capacitor to the source. So the step up choppers are commonly used for the regenerative braking of DC motors. So the expression for the output voltage, when the chopper is in on condition, the voltage across the inductor is L is equal to V. Therefore, the energy stored in the inductor is VI into T on. So where T on is nothing as the on period of your chopper. When chopper is in off, energy is supplied by the inductor to load. Voltage across the inductor is V naught minus V, and the energy which was supplied by the inductor is V naught minus V I into T off. So where T off is equal to off period of the chopper. Neglecting the losses, we can produce the energy stored in the inductor L, that is energy which was supplied by the inductor. So these terms are which was frequently used to measure the energy stored in the inductor like that. So VI T on is equal to V naught minus V
into I into T off. So V into T on plus T off divided by T off. T on plus T off can be taken here as a T. TF should be calculated here in terms of T minus T on. So the where your chopping period or period T should be as a total time period of the chopping. So V not equal to V into of we just simplifying that term into 1 divided by 1 minus T on by T. So V not equal to V into 1 divided by 1 minus T on by T will be already represented as D. So we just mentioning 1 by 1 minus D. So where D is equal to T on by T. So for the variation of duty cycle D in the range of 0 to 1, and the output voltage should be varied in the range of V to infinity. So it your duty cycle, your output voltage is varied depends upon the duty cycle and your input voltage. So both the things output voltage, both the things which was varied depends upon the range which was fixed between 0 to 1, and your output voltage which was fixed as V to infinity. So these are all the performance parameters which are used to measuring the all the parameters, right? So the first parameter, the thyristor, which was requires to meet certain minimum time to turn on and turn off, because your SCR is not an automatic device to turn off. And the duty cycle D can be varied only between a minimum to the maximum value, and that having the limit of minutes and maximum and value of the output voltage. And ripple in the load current depends inversely on the chopping frequency F. To reduce the load ripple current, frequency should be as high as possible. So these are all the performance which we are used to give and analyze some of the parameters here. Classification of the choppers. So your chopper is commonly chopper is nothing as in it converts from constant DC to variable DC, and rather that based on this the DC chopper is classified into five different classes: A, B, C, D, E. These are the five classes which we are classifying our choppers, that is based on the connections which we are used and output. Class A chopper. This is a class A chopper which is also called as a step down chopper concept. It is same resemblance of step down chopper, and which was operated in first quadrant. So your both the voltage and current which became as a positive, and the output power is also be positive, as well as the voltage which was flowed from source to load. So that when chopper is in on, supply voltage V is connected across the load. When chopper is in off, your V naught will become as a zero, and the load current continues to flow in the same direction that was through the freewheeling diode. The average values of the output voltage and output current are always become as a zero. So that way it was operated in first quadrant, and as a class A chopper is a first quadrant chopper. And class A is a step down chopper in which power always flows from source to load. It is used to control the speed of the DC motor. The output current equations which was obtained in the step down chopper with RL load can be used to study the performance of a class A chopper. So this is a class J of chopper performance. See that your chopper is in on condition. It just by applying the gate signal, your chopper is in on condition. It just producing the output voltage at the during the time period T on, and whilst during the time period T off, there is a no output voltage. Your output voltage will become as a zero, and the current which becomes reduces from peak value to the minimum value. There is a maximum value to minimum value. After it during this period, the current which was flowed through the freewheeling diode, that's why your freewheeling diode was conducts at that time only, right? So next thing is in a class B chopper. In the class B chopper, which was connected in between the low voltage source and the load, and in the shunt way, and the diode which was connected in the series connection, as well as at the time it was the graph which was produced in the second quadrant. At the time the current is negative but your voltage will become as a positive. So in this case, when chopper is in on, your electric that is the induced EMF E, which drives the current through the inductor and resistance in the direction opposite to that, right? And during the on period of the chopper, the inductance L which stores the energy. When chopper is in off condition, diode deconducts and part of the energy stored in the inductor L is reduced, that is a return to the supply. The total average output voltage is positive, average output current is negative. Therefore, class B chopper which operates in second quadrant. In this chopper, the power flows from load to source. And B chopper which was used for a regenerative braking of DC motor. And B chopper is a step up chopper. See here, the first term is an T of. At this condition, if your chopper is in off condition, at the time the output voltage was produced as well as the current which rises from minimum value to the maximum value. In this case, the diode, freewheeling diode only which is going to conduct. And if the chopper is not conduct at the time, if your chopper is in off condition, the output voltage will become as a zero, as well as the current which will be reduces from maximum point to the minimum point. So this was only conducted in the step down, class B chopper, which is also called as in a step up chopper. And the next thing is in a class C chopper. In the class C chopper, it is a combination of both class A and class B is only as in a class C chopper. So in this chopper, the two quadrants are operated. One is a first quadrant, another one is in a second quadrant. Here we just using the two choppers and two diodes across the load. So the load which considering as an RLE load. So in a class G chopper is a combination of A and B chopper, which was already I explained. And for the first quadrant operation, chopper 1 is on condition, as well as the diode D2 is which conducts. And the second quadrant, for the second quadrant operation, for operating the second quadrant, your chopper CH2 is in on condition and diode D1 which was conducted. So in this case, when chopper 1 is in on, the load current is positive. The output voltage is equal to your input voltage V, and the load which receives the power from the source. The power which transfer from source to load. When chopper 1 is in turned off, the energy stored in the inductant which forces the current to drive and flow through the diode D2, and the output voltage will become as a zero, only the current will be present here. So during that current continuously to flow in the positive direction, when CH2 is triggered, the voltage E forces the current to flow in opposite direction through the inductor and chopper 2. The output voltage is zero, as well as the on turning of chopper 2. The energy stored in the inductance drives the current through diode D1 and the supply. The output voltage is V. The input current becomes negative and your power flows from load to source here. So almost the average output voltage is become as a positive, and the average output current can take both the positive and negative values. So the total chopper CH1 and CH2 should not be turned on simultaneously, as it would result in short circuiting of the supply. As the class C chopper can be used both for DC motor control and regenerative braking of DC motor. Class C chopper can be used as a step up or step down chopper. So as this is a graph which according to this here, while your chopper CH1 is in on condition in the first quadrant, which was operated from 0 to minimum current which was increased, at the time the output voltage will be it also produced. As well as if your chopper ch1 is in off, at the time at d1 which starts to conduct, your d1 which is operated in the negative term, right? So as this thing if chopper ch1 is in off condition, your d2 is operates here. At that time the that as like a freewheeling diode, so d2 is only operating. During the d2 operation, your current which reduces from maximum point to the 0 point. So at that time the output voltage will become as a zero, only the current is flowing to the load, because the inductor which was present here. And ch2 is in on condition, so it will be increases current in the reverse direction, that is a reversing of your current from 0 to maximum value. After the out your chopper is in go for the off condition, your diode d1 is starts to connect. At this condition the output voltage is also produced, as well as the current which was reduced up to a zero's value. So the next thing is an a class D chopper. In the class D chopper, we as same like as a class C. Here we just connecting the two choppers and two diodes in a anti-parallel direction, and here it operates in the first quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So this is also two quadrant chopper. When the both the chopper ch1 are triggered simultaneously, the output voltage will v not become as equal to v, and the output current is flows through the load. When chopper both the chopper are turned off, the load current continues to flow in the same direction through the load, and d1 d2, due to the energy stored in the inductor, d1 d2 is also operates. Output voltage v naught is equal to minus v. So therefore the average load voltage is positive if chopper is in on time is more than the off time. On time is more than the off time. So that's your average output voltage will becomes always negative if T on is lesser than the T off. Hence the direction of the load current is always become as a positive, but load voltage can be positive or else negative. So which was only given the same thing. And across the last chopper is in a class E chopper. In the class E chopper, we just operating with an four that's four choppers and four diodes here. So in this case, it we just operating in the four quadrants. In the first quadrant, your first quadrant is a forward motoring quadrant, and second quadrant is a forward reverse. That is a reverse braking, or else that is a reverse regenerative braking, reverse regenerative braking, reverse braking, or else. And your third quadrant is a for reverse motoring operation, and the fourth quadrant is a reverse motoring operation, that is a reverse braking operation. So in this first quadrant, CH1 and CH4 is an on period, and it is also only called as an operates. And when your CH4 is in on, it will be operates. The output voltage is produced. If the CH4 is in off condition, your D2 will start to conduct. So whereas in the second quadrant, your CH2 and D4, which both the things are conducting, your CH2 is operates here. At the time if d4 which conducts, and or else d1 and d4 which starts to conduct. Your third quadrant, in the third quadrant, ch3 and ch2 is an on. Your ch3 will become as a operate here. First condition, ch2 is an on, it just produces the output voltage. Or else if ch2 is in off condition, d4, that is a diode which starts to conduct here. And here ch4 is operating fourth quadrant, ch4 is an operate. At the time d2 and d2 d3 it conducts here. See, it was explained here. Almost the chopper which operates in the second quadrant as a V naught is positive, but I naught is negative. This is a thing which was discussed today. Uh, So up to this we just stop. In the next session, we just continue with that switched mode regulators and buck converter, boost converter, and buck boost converter, then cuck converter, and after that we just proceed with that effect of the source inductance in that. Thank you to thank you for listening.